So yes, Avogadro's number can be used to convert from particles, atoms, or molecules to moles. How do we do that? Recall in the last problem that we found out that we have 0.21 moles of carbon in 2.5 grams. Now, our next question was, how do we determine how many atoms are in that number of moles of carbon? Well, you're going to follow 3 steps again, and the first step is again to write the given. The first thing I wrote here is that the moles of carbon equals 0.21. That's given in the problem. And I also wrote a question mark here for the number of atoms. Now, keeping in mind this conversion factor here, I can write this conversion factor one or two ways. Now, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms over 1 mole is the same thing as saying there's 1 mole for every 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms. You must choose wisely when you get to these steps here. So when solving the problem for step 2, we write our given 0.21 moles of carbon. Step 3, we simply multiply it by this conversion factor here. And for this problem, I chose this one with the moles on the bottom because I started with the moles and I need my moles in the numerator to cancel out with the moles in the denominator so that I'm left with the atoms that I need to answer the question. So when I multiply 0.21 times 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms, my answer is 1.3 times 10 to the 23 atoms of carbon for every 0.21 moles of carbon. Now let's see if you can solve some problems on your own in determining how many particles, atoms, or molecules are in 1 mole. And keep in mind, it doesn't matter if they ask you for particles, atoms, or molecules. You're simply going to use Avogadro's number to convert. Good luck.